And I think it's very unfortunate no one briefed Trump on this. DARPA, a research unit of the military, and this one you have to bring up on the screen, guys.
And DARPA is basically they're our government's lab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Military.
Got it.
DARPA has a program in 2012. It's called the Adept P3 program. They announced in 2012 that our aspiration is to end pandemics within 60 days using messenger RNA vaccines in 2012. See if you can bring up, click on P3 right there.
Okay.
Click on that and scroll down and you'll see
3
the little
aims to specifically to develop a scalable, adaptable, and rapid response platform capable of producing relevant numbers of doses against any known or previously unknown infectious threat within 60 days of identification of such a threat in order to keep the outbreak from escalating and disruptions to the military and homeland.
Now click on that next link, autonomous. Now roll down. There should be a figure. Is there a link there? I guess not. But they literally show messenger RNA in a little life cycle. That's what they're using in 2012. Lalani points out that this has been going on for the longest time. It's almost as if a technology waiting for a use. And when this rolled out, to me, one of the greatest blunders was that there was no way to shut off this genetic code. And so...
What do you mean, no way to shut off once it's injected into you?
Yes. So normally cells make messenger RNA. So we have our DNA, and the DNA codes for a message. The messenger RNA is made. It goes outside the cell, and it works with ribosomes, and it makes a protein, like insulin. And then the messenger RNA is immediately dissolved with enzymes. Done. And so this cycle goes on and on and on. So the ability to make synthetic messenger RNA is powerful. But the reason why the development program stumbled so long is that it was immediately dissolved by these enzymes. So Carrico and Weissman, who won the Nobel Prize in 2023, I believe, they came up with a process of replacing one of the base pairs in the code in messenger RNA, uracil, for a synthetic one called pseudouridine. Once that happened, they were able to make the messenger RNA indestructible. Human enzymes can't break it down. Now it's game on.
Now it's ready.
So now Carrico and Weissman, 2023 Nobel Prize.
But this was after COVID had come out.
And I know, but the work was done. Don't forget, Nobel Prize is usually granted for 20 years of work. So, they were working on this for years. So Pfizer, Moderna, when they went through their decision-making on this, they tried, let's try to just replace 25% of the uracils. Well, it still gets dissolved. 50% still gets dissolved. 75%. They finally said, screw it. Replace all of it. Let's make it fully synthetic. Well, let me tell you what. This gets injected in the human body. I was alarmed when that proposal was made. I published an op-ed.
So now you have a fully synthetic genetic code inside of you?
Yes.
That can't be dissolved?
Cannot be dissolved. That's Pfizer and Moderna. And I published an op-ed in The Hill, and myself and Scott Atlas were invited through 2020 to, kind of guide the House and the Senate and White House on what's going on with the pandemic. And I published an op-ed in The Hill in August of 2020. And the title of the op-ed is The Great Gamble of the COVID-19 Vaccine Development Program. So I called it out. I said, listen, this is a gamble. And when this rolled out, the CDC says, well, it just stays in the arm and it'll be there for a couple of days. We have now one of my patients in Dallas, and we've just published it. There you go. The Great Gamble. You're looking at the only public figure in the world who questioned the vaccines before they came out. The only one. You can't find another person who put it in writing big time before they came out. They came out December.
Pete.
They came out December of 2020. No one did.
P-Mac.
No one did. There's no one else did it. I mean, the point I'm making is the entire world was seduced by this technology.
For sure.
The seduction was overwhelming. Every country signed on to this. They couldn't wait to do this.
Can you search that and see if the genetic code that was injected into with the mRNA vaccines, it doesn't?
Go to McCullough Foundation, McCulloughFND.org. and I'll get you the link there. But the point is, we have one of my patients. This guy's taken 3 Pfizer shots. He's had blood clots, MRI proven heart damage. He's neurologic damage. He's absolutely miserable with these shots. And so we work with a lab in Germany that can actually detect the spike protein. And scroll down to our publications, you should find it here.
But this is on your own website,
but it links to the publication. Everything I do is peer-reviewed and published.
Right.
So that's him right there, actually, if you want to see him. That's Steve Kempen, the man right there with the glasses on. He's got Pfizer circulating in his bloodstream 3.6 years after the shots.
It looks hot on that bat salt.
It's in his skin. We did skin biopsies. We did 2 sets of skin biopsies, multiple sets of blood tests.
Okay.
And
is this the only patient like this you found?
Well, it's the only with every seminal observation, he is the seminal observation. Now what
does that mean?
That means the first one. It's the first observation. There it is. That's the central figure. This is essentially what we found in Steve Kempen. So this is the work we're doing at McCullough Foundation. Harvard's not doing this. Mayo Clinic's not doing this. There's sick people who took the vaccine. They are not looking for the spike protein. They're not looking for the vaccine. They're baffled. The Biden administration spent $1 billion on long COVID, never considered the spike protein, which is the cause of long COVID. When you get the infection, a part of the spike protein gets stuck in your body. You take the vaccine, you get the full-length spike protein in your body. No wonder you feel sick.
Why wouldn't they be trying to figure it out? Because there's money there, too.
It's the most interesting observation ever. There's no lectures on the spike protein or vaccine injuries. There's no grand rounds. There's no primary care updates. The Biden administration spent $1 billion on long COVID research. They didn't do a single spike protein or messenger RNA research study. Now we have a new administration in. They haven't done it. No one will look directly at the problem in the entire world. And on top of this, there's plenty of evidence suggesting each vial was different. Each batch was different. Some were super loaded. Some didn't have much in it at all. There's tremendous batch-to-batch variability.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's March. You know it. We can't hide it. And this month, we're celebrating International Women's Day. And let's take a second to appreciate some of the strong women in our lives. It could be a teacher, a sister, a mother, maybe just a strong boss, maybe a bus driver. It can be easy to overlook how much women do for us. And they deserve a place to feel safe and to take care of their emotional well-being. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally. And it works. Your emotional well-being matters. And so does your mother's or your sister's or any of your female friends. You can find support for yourself or others and feel lighter with therapy. Sign up and get 10% off today at betterhelp.com/Theo. That's betterhelp.com/THEO. Is pornography causing a problem in your life? Do you find yourself watching porno for longer periods of time and having trouble stopping? Is porn affecting your relationship or dating life? Well, you're certainly not alone. Watching pornography has become so commonplace today, and oftentimes men use porn to numb the pain of loneliness, boredom, anxiety, and depression. Shame and stigma prevent men from talking about these issues and getting help for them. I want to introduce you to my friend Steve. Steve is the founder of Valor Recovery, a program to help men overcome porn abuse and sexual compulsivity. Steve is a long-term sexual recovery member and has personally overcome the emotional and spiritual despair of abusing pornography and has dedicated his life to empowering men to do the same. Steve is an amazing person, and he is a close friend of mine. I mean that. Valor Recovery helps men to develop the tools necessary to have a healthier sex life. Their coaches are in long-term recovery and will be your partner, mentor, and spiritual guide to transcend these problematic behaviors. To learn more about Valor Recovery, please visit them at www.valor, admin.valorrecoverycoaching.com or email them at admin@valorrecoverycoaching.com. Thank you.
Do you know that not a single country has initiated a safety review of these vaccines? Not a single country has opened the vials to inspect them for quality or purity. And not a single country, they're on in 140 markets, not a single country has pulled them off the market.
Why, though? And how would you get all of these countries to go along with this continually and agree? Like, there has to still be some like countries out there who are willing to raise their hand and ask questions, huh?
None. It's a mind-blowing reality. You can't get people to agree. This is the biggest
I know you can't get them to, but you are saying you're getting them all to agree to not look into this.
Yes.
How?
I was asked to lecture last year in Chautauqua, which is actually a great honor. Chautauqua is the heart of modern American liberalism. It's in Western New York. Roosevelt's have lectured there. And I thought about this. How can this be? How can not a single medical school have a spike protein project looking at this? And I picked two prior examples where there is a complete oblivion to a big problem. The first one was 1860 to 1920, what I call the first great cocaine epidemic. Every drug made by all the pharmaceutical companies was cocaine derivatives. It was in Coca-Cola. It was in Chianti wine. All the doctors experimented with this. The nurses used it. All the medical journals were publishing effects of cocaine, improving energy,